All right, well, happy Monday and good afternoon. I've got another one for you today. A recent article that was posted made me kind of think about this. So we're sitting in our Jacksonville calibration center, and we're surrounded by brand new Nissans and Infiniti products. For those of you who have not seen the new 2020 Sentra, this is it here. This one creates a little bit of a challenge for you. It's got some pretty enhanced diagnostics on it. And of course, the full suite of radar. These are SR Platinum trim level. So it's the cheapest Nissan vehicle you can buy with a round view monitor. So that's what this little camera is under the mirror here. So we've also got a 2020 Altima that we've prepped for our class. We have a 2020 Titan, and we've got an Infiniti. I like to work on this project so much, I actually went and bought a 2020 Titan. So here's my Titan. Unfortunately, I'm sitting right at about 3,000 miles, and unfortunately, the truck had a little bit of freight damage on it when I got it. So I'm just going to show you the front of this truck that is not damaged, so you can see what good looks like and what bad looks like. As you can see, there's no damage on this one. Got a pretty good gap in between the skid plate and the bumper, and then the plastic where the radar is actually housed behind this plastic cover right here. So now I'll show you my truck, and just kind of feeds into where the damage didn't warrant a scan, or the damage wasn't that bad, or it was a minor impact, whatever it might be. If you look at the truck, it doesn't look too bad from here, but then when you get up on it, you can actually see that lower plastic piece is pushed in. You can also see that this is where the skid plate hit the bumper. Pretty significant damage when you look at the alignment of the bumper, because it's down a little bit. So naturally I was a little upset, but good folks at Nissan are taking care of me on this one, so not a problem. But anyway, there's a lot of shops that would try to turn this in 2 days or so, right? But I want to show you what that means in ADAS terms. So I'm going to show you on the front of the Infiniti over here, because we've got the bumper off, and you can see the actual radar. And so when you look at this radar, you can see that it has a fixed position. So you can't waller these holes out. You can't, it doesn't take much to bend one of these things. It'll move pretty substantially. And so as you can see, we got a little bendage to that one, right? So none of these holes are slotted. You can't move it. So when you look in the scan tool, it'll tell you a vertical axis and a horizontal axis, okay? So it'll tell you that those values, if you think of it like an alignment spec, your caster and camber needs to be between this number and this number, negative and positive. In radar's terms, for Infiniti and Nissan vehicles, it's plus or minus 3 degrees. Okay, so plus or minus 3 degrees, you need to be somewhere within there. When we calibrate these cars, we typically try to get them right at 1 degree or a little below, right? So they're very close. So that's why structure is so important. So you see the rebar is here, core support. Any of that stuff is pushed or disturbed, you could have an effect on radar. So now when you go back to my truck and you see the damage on my truck and you look at where the radar is, right? This is damage that you can't see yet. So I'll show you in pre-scan, this is what you need to be looking for. So here we are. Here's Consult 3 Plus for Nissan. So I'm going to go into the laser radar controller. And when I hit the laser radar, you can see there's no DTCs present, okay? So there's a lot of people look at that and say, well, it's okay. There's no problem, right? Well, now I want to go into the work support, and I want to do the millimeter wave radar adjust, and it's going to give me the current values. As you can see, I have a vertical value. There's my vertical value right there of negative 3.38. So that one is out of specification, and I've got a horizontal of 1.48. So typically on a collision damage car, when we've got one that's real bad, we can see it at 7, we can see them at 10, and these are degrees, right? So what you want is plus or minus 3 degrees. And as you can see, even though the damage was minor on my truck, I still am out of specification for this radar. So I haven't, as an owner, I'll tell you, I haven't noticed any performance issues. The radar still works, but I haven't tested the automatic emergency braking or anything like that. So it's a concern, and it's something that we need to be checking in pre-repair. And that's something that if this truck needs a radar, if it needs a radar bracket, it needs a structural pull, probably not because of the damage, but if it needs something like that, we need to know that in pre-repair. You don't need to wait till the end of the repair. As these vehicles age and you have to put ADAS components on them, that could total loss the car, right? So those are the kinds of things that we've got to start thinking about. And if you've got a question in the comments, want to understand any of this, please feel free to reach out and ask. Hope everybody's having a good day, and everybody stay safe out there.